Last time, on the Finding Withermore campaign, the three adventurers met in the unknown pub from Landspar Park. Our happy-go-lucky Ovok was sent to meet with his old master and be treated in the ways. Was called from a face that he doesn't remember and a voice he doesn't know to give him tips on finding more ruins that he loves to search for. And Daring was reached out to from beyond the planes that he knows and told to find the lost fairy tale city of Withermore. Our adventurers traveled from the unknown pub to go to a creek to meet Kenneth's companion. Along the way, they were attacked by goblins. They quickly dealt with the goblins and went on their way. And now you find ourselves back at the top of the mountain, getting ready to head down to the lake.
Woo boy.
What a recap. One thing you did leave out, you did read one page, random page of that book, and the page you read was the children grabbed the treasure from the well. After wishing for a bountiful harvest, they took the treasure back home to their parents to find their parents were nowhere in sight. With that, we can continue on. Last we left off, you guys finished defeating the goblins, as you mentioned, and you just went over the top of the hill where you were hearing loud thumps that kind of shook the ground coming from the distance. We have Oakvog in front, followed by Darren with Kenneth in the back.
Well, guys, where are we going?
Actually, no.
do
Kenneth,
you
we're
know
going to meet your dude, right?
Yeah, I was told that we have to meet at FORSONA River or lake.
I thought it was a lake.
We're meant to meet at the nearby body of water.
Okay, I guess we're just going to continue down the path. Is this the right way? Do you know?
Yes.
But what is the stopping? Is anybody else mildly concerned about that, or is it just me? Am I just being paranoid here?
I'm more kind of excited to see what kind of mysteries lay about.
All right, got it. You go first, then. You go
That
ahead.
was the plan. Y'all kind of hid behind me anyways, so it's fine.
Yeah, you got a shield, man. I'm wearing robes.
We'll continue down the path.
Move along.
I need you to roll a d20. You guys travel a good hour or so. That's about the distance you get, and you come across that bridge. You hear rustling in the trees nearby, rustling in the bushes, but you don't hear anything too crazy. Everything you notice is like a rabbit or a bird flying in the air. So you guys end up getting about there in a good hour. You start to notice that the day is starting to become more night. The sun's starting to set. The sun starts setting behind. Shadows start to fall upon you guys, and it's getting a little bit late. You have a good hour or two left of travel with direct sunlight.
At the top of this ladder, I'm like, guys, I might need a little help. I'm frail. I've been malnourished, and I don't know if I can actually make it down this ladder. I'm a little nervous about it. If somebody can, give me a hand or carry me or catch me.
You know what? I can carry you. You want to hop on my back, little man?
Yeah, it's so undignified, and I'm gonna need you to do me a favor, and I'm going to need you to forget all about this. I need you to forget all about this.
If you want me to forget about this, there's one way of doing it. I can just throw you down. Or do you want to go safely?
I think throwing me down would hurt my. Here, just stay at the bottom and be prepared to catch me in case I slip.
You coming, little man?
As you jump off the top to be caught by Oakvog, I need you to make
No. I'm not jumping for him to catch me. I have him down there to catch me in case I fall, because I do have a 5 strength.
Go ahead and make a nature check or a survival check.
Nature or survival?
Yeah, either one.
Oh, I'm gonna go with nature then. That doesn't help. I got a 6.
You know, you're carefully going down the steps of wood that Oakvog and Kenneth did before you. You see everything seemed to be okay for them. You're able to go down, but at the last step or two, you slip just a little bit.
All right. Yeah,
No bone's broken. You good?
I'm good. Just a little heart attack, a little scared. I haven't been able to eat very well. I'm not in my best. Like I'm not the best. It was a little scary, but we made it. All right, let's keep going.
Now, I don't want to be that guy, right? And, you know, correct me if I'm out of line here or whatever, but you're supposed to be leading us on this grand quest, and it took you 20 minutes to come down the fucking ladder?
Oh,
That's because he
This
didn't want
quest-
to be carried.
this quest revolves around magic and mystery. I'm good at magic and mystery. I'm also very charismatic. What I
Yeah.
am not is strong.
Yet you wouldn't let me carry you down without the threat of being made fun of later on.
Because I don't want that. Actually, I'm charismatic, but I'm going through a lot right now. All right,
I
you
sense
guys
this.
just wouldn't get it.
Whatever.
Oh, golly.
We'll be fine. I'll protect you.
Right.
Also, where's this damn wake?
Don't
I don't
worry
know.
about
Keep
it,
following the
dude.
path.
A good hour or two goes by. Can I have you roll 1d20 and 1?
I'll roll the d10.
I can roll the d20. Oh, you want to roll? You can
You
roll.
wanna
No,
roll?
go ahead.
That's okay.
Saving me time.
Okay. You probably should have rolled. I got a 7 for the d20.
You really should have rolled.
What did you get, Michael?
I got a 1.
It's okay. It can't be that bad, right?
No, the lower numbers, the better. That's what I'm thinking. That the lower, the better, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, it depends on, what you want. You remember how I like to roll for time? As you guys are getting closer to the edge or like to the bottom of this hill area, the sun starts to go down and you hear a howl behind one of the trees in front of you. And I'm gonna need you guys to roll initiative. But give me, 12. Yeah, 20 again.
No way you rolled a nat 1, dog.
Hey, so I got a
Mikey, he got a 0.
Did you roll a 10 and that's a 10 die?
What? No, I thought I rolled with my d20.
It said initiative. Yeah,
Yeah,
initiative
initiative
check.
roll.
1 minus 1.
Wow, you have a -1 on your initiative. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have good because I got really good other stats that I wanted to put elsewhere. So I took it, and I have a 5 strength and a 9 dexterity. I am not any sort of physically capable, but it's okay because I'm a warlock, and my job is to cast spells and talk to people.
Was gonna bite him in the ass, and I love it.
Oakvog, what is your initiative? All right. As the sun draws down, you hear a howl around the trees around you. You see right above, you hear a howl behind the trees, up a little above you, right here. You see the glistening of the eyes of a lone wolf. Due to your nat 20, Kenneth, you go first.
I'll move up to right about like here, I suppose. what, like 15 feet, something like that. And then little old me. Let's see, what can I do here? Okay, I'm gonna cast command on this thing
Okay.
and tell him to fuck off.
So pretty much flee.
Yeah. What do I
Alright.
need to roll? See.
The target needs to save on a wisdom saving throw. So it got an 18. I'm assuming he beats your
My measly
command?
11. Yeah.
No, it's not contested. Oh yeah,
What?
yeah. It beats it say yeah. I thought you rolled, sorry. Yeah, it beats your an 11. As you tell it to fuck off, you hear it howl. And then it's going to take its move. It's going to go right here first. Since you yelled at it, it's going to go to the nearest target and avoid you. And it's going to attack, but fails to bite through his metal armor. Next is Okvok.
I'm gonna growl at it as I start to swing my sword. Let's see if I hit. Does a 22 hit the little motherfucker?
Yeah, the 22 hits.
Is it
Play
even
it.
on the map?
Yeah, it's like right next to me.
You need me to make the map a little brighter? Here. Alright, you said 12 damage.
Yep,
Jesus.
12 damage.
Alright. You put a good gash into the wolf in front of you. You hear him howl in pain.
No, I'm good right there.
Darren, your turn.
First, start by taking 2 steps back.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast at the wolf.
You miss. As you cast your Eldritch Blast, the wolf is like limping from being damaged from Oak Fog, and you miscalculate sending the blast over him.
Nope.
All right, Kenneth, back to you.
I'm just gonna swing my mace at him.
You have to move closer. Right next to, yeah, right there.
A little closer. Does 8
Does
hit?
not hit. Seeing as you took so much life in just one swing from this wolf, and he's being alone, he looks at both of you. He looks at Darren off in the distance, and he's going to turn tail and run off, which would give you each an attack of opportunity if you want to take it.
I do. Do I just swing my hit die? 23.
You hit. You both hit.
My damage was 11.
So Darren, you come down, hitting the wolf with your mace at its back leg, halting it in place, whereas Oakvog comes swinging down from above, pretty much ending the life of the wolf. And you guys are no longer in combat.
Yay, we're safe.
Yay.
All right.
I'm gonna look at these two. Do y'all want the meat of the wolf, or are we just gonna leave it here for the predators?
Wouldn't hurt to carry a little bit of meat.
How long would it take to process the meat?
You mean like to skin it and cut it up?
Yeah,
Do you have a small knife?
I actually don't think I do, so never mind. Yeah, nope.
I have a dagger.
You want to come cut up the wolf, buddy?
Do we
Does
we
he have
have
the
the
strength
time
to?
to cut up this wolf?
If not, it's fine. We can just leave it for the predators. The crows might be hungry.
You can definitely try to cut it up. Just do a nature check. Or medicine. I'll even allow medicine.
I'll do a nature check. It's a 20.
Being as you have been around certain like creatures in your life, you know the anatomy of a wolf. It's pretty straightforward. You've read enough books to understand how to cut the skin and fur away. Being as it's not your specialty of doing it in person, you do make few bad cuts here and there, but for the most part, you're able to butcher up the wolf into some pretty good parts. You're able to get a few pieces of like steak or like stringy meat, and then you're able to collect a couple of his fangs, and you have the pelt if you wish to keep it.
look at Oakball like, all right, I got it cut up if you want to take everything here.
Sure, I'll take it. I'll carry it for us. Thank you, thank you. Now we got dinner.
As you continue on moving towards the end of the area, the sun slowly sets over the mountain, creating a dark area. You do see that there is a semi-flat patch of area right over here, secluded, a little off the beaten path, where you are able to camp if you like. You do know that there is up where the wolf came from. You did see that a little higher up, it's a little more secluded above everything, if you want the high ground.
Okay. If you're good with it, Kenneth, let's do it. I'll trust you for the night, buddy. Unless you're gonna steal from me like you did that tomb. I'll believe you for now. I disappeared.
Oh, I pushed you under the ground. My bad.
No, you're good. I accidentally went where you put the tent. Save me, DM. Save me. Yay! I'm free.
You guys take a little bit of time to set up the tent. You get a fire going. Gonna have you roll a d12 for me.
I'm not doing it.
You hear some howls off in the distance, but you know that they're not anywhere close by. You feel remotely safe in your area. You got a nice tent going. Your fire's going strong. You have a good view of anything in the vicinity in front of you, so you feel pretty secure and safe.
Since we all secure and safe, how about we get some meat burning so we can eat?
That would be chill.
Ooh, I'm gonna roast the wolf.
Little old me hasn't eaten all day.
Well, you can have some wolf when it's done, little man.
You're able to put a little stick roast going to cook your meat. While you're cooking the meat, Darren, what are you doing?
While he's cooking, I'm gonna take a minute to use one of my features, Magical Cunning. Take a minute to perform an esoteric rite for a minute to regain one spell slot. With getting that spell slot back, I will cast Unseen Servant to kind of wander around. It has a 60-foot radius, so I'm just going to have it wander around 60 feet and pick up some berries. If the river is within 60 feet, go and grab some water, grab some more sticks for the fire. Just have it go and collect resources for our camp.
For that, I'm going to give you this to you. So you said within 60 feet, correct?
Just going around
Okay.
within 60 feet collecting things.
So it can't quite get to the river. However, if you go a little bit farther, it can definitely do so.
Yeah, I'll walk to the
Tree line.
I'll walk down.
I think that's good enough. So you're able to send it to go pick up some water, some berries.
Sticks for the fire. Just going doing normal things for the hour that I have it out while we
Gotcha. Collecting the supplies
our
needed to. Okay, you got it. It's definitely able to collect enough sticks to keep the fire going for the night. Enough berries to sustain you guys as a good snack for the night. Enough water as well to boil for tea, coffee, whatever you might need it for. It's able to get you a good 2 or 3 pails worth of water. Kenneth, what are you doing while Oakbog is cooking the meat?
Right now, I reckon I'm just sitting around the fire watching. I have nothing special to do.
Gotcha. Go ahead, and you're just sitting by the fire? Or are you just
Yeah.
watching the surrounding? Go ahead and give me a perception check for me. Yes, please.
That would be a 10.
Nothing super crazy is going on in the vicinity. However, you notice a stump on the side of the road, the pathway.
Mhm.
An old log that seems to have intricate vines growing on it. And a knot hole at the bottom of the trunk. Yeah, Think of it like how a woodpecker would drill a hole out of wood, out of a log
Okay.
or a tree trunk, similar to that. Darren, you give me a perception check as well, please, since you're down there in the rocks near the water. You don't see anything too crazy as well. You do hear the flowing water down the river. You see, as your servant's walking back and forth, collecting things, sticks, whatever, you see an old boot off in the distance, like near the path as well. Looks to have been there for quite some time. And then you see a bottle, like an old glass bottle as well, opened up, discarded, what looks to be decades old. The bottle's all dusty, you can't see inside of it. Can you give me a perception check as well?
Nat 20 plus 2.
Nat 20 plus 2. As you're cooking, smells amazing. You guys have been traveling all day. The hunger's rising. You got a good amount of water from Darren and his little companion. Also berries to help sweeten up the taste. But something seems to be missing, and you feel as if something might want to spice up the meat a little bit, give it a little more savor and flavor. You notice a mushroom on the other side of the pathway.
I'm gonna go inspect the mushroom. Would I be able to notice if it looks funky or like poisonous?
You can make a nature check or a survival check.
I did nature.
19? Oh, perfect,
19.
perfect. You've traveled and guarded plenty of people in your life. You know the ins and outs of most edible mushrooms, and this looks to be although not super common, you recognize it as a safe mushroom to eat.
I'm gonna pluck the mushroom and use it to put a little extra spice on our meat.
You got it. You pluck the mushroom from the ground. You see in the dark, you see a little bit of like dust and dirt fall from the mushroom itself. Strangely enough, like the mushroom had like a slight glow to it until you plucked it out of the ground and the glow dissipates. You're able to collect and gather the mushroom and take it, safely cook it for you and your companions to accompany the meat that you've acquired.
If the meat's done, let's eat, boys.
Did anyone want to do anything else before you guys eat your food?
I guess, should I take a gander at that?
If you want to.
Yeah, I'll take a look see at that.
What do you want to do with the tree stump?
That's a good question. I don't know what I want to do with the tree stump. Is there like something must be a little off about it for me to have noticed it, I guess. Right? Can I see if there's anything weird about this stump, or if it's hiding anything per se?
Yeah,
Perhaps
make
in
an
that little
investigation. Yeah, make an investigation check. You inspect the outside of the trunk. You see the vines have grown around it. Moss has gone up the side. You don't know, like, for a second, you think you saw something shiny on the inside of the hole, like a light. But as you turn to look at it, there's no light there. You're not sure if you saw anything or mistaken.
How big is the hole?
I'd say you can't get like a whole hand inside of it, but you can like reach in there.
Okay. Can I? I want to do that. I want to reach my little fingers in there and feel around.
You reach inside. You feel leaves, like old leaves. You feel a little bit of roots from the trunk itself. And then as you're still prying around, you feel a little prick on your finger. Roll a 1d4 for me, please. That prick, as you feel it, didn't feel like earthy. It felt like something metal struck your finger.
Okay, am I able to grab it and yank it on out?
As you grab it, you yank out an old, like pin, like a clothespin.
Okay.
Too rusted to see what the design is on it. You can tell it's quite old. It's rusted over and
Gotcha.
a little unique.
A little unique. I guess I'll just close it so it won't poke me again. I guess I'll put it in my pocket for now. And then I'll make my way back over to the fire and prepare my mouth for meat.
For me, you said I noticed a boot and like a little bottle. I'll have the unseen servant pick those up.
Anything you want done with it?
I'll have him just pick them up and take them back to the fire where I'll unmeet him, and then when I'm by the fire, I'll inspect the bottle a little bit more.
Go ahead and make an investigation check on that bottle.
The 13.
You're able to tell that the bottle was forged and forged and blown a while back. It's a pretty old bottle, maybe 3-4 decades old, made of green glass. You could see that the entrance, the bottle is like really covered with moss and dirt and grime, but inside you just see a little bit like little twigs and pieces of wood on the inside. But other than that, that's about it with the bottle. You do see a label on the bottle. The whole, like, the name of it's been like rubbed away, the label of it. But you could tell it was made to hold some kind of liquor.
I'll grab the bottle, I'll take a quick little look at the shoe.
You look at the shoe. It looks to be a shoe of a child, made of leather, very old, very worn. It looks to have been sitting in the ground for, again, quite some time. But other than that, nothing super fancy about it.
I'll just take both of those things and store them in my bag, because I can never be too careful when trying to find a mythical place.
Anything else?
Then, nope, after that, and I put the stuff away, I'll get ready for some food.
You see that Oakvog just finished up cooking his meat on the fire. He pulls off a good chunk of meat for all three of you, topped with his freshly cooked mushrooms.
I'm gonna cut a sliver of mine off and call Cordell down so he can eat with us.
As you do that, you hear Cordell hoot in approval. He comes down.
Rest your weary rings, little buddy.
He grabs the food from you, and then he perches on top of the tent.
Oh, look at that little fella.
No, ain't he a cute little owl?
Is he wearing a hat?
I don't think so. But I don't know.
It'd be a lot cooler if he did.
You know, maybe we can make him a hat.
And I want to start digging into my food.
I'm gonna start eating as well.
You guys are able to eat your meal in peace and quiet. You hear Cordell on top of the tent, hooting in pleasure from the freshly cooked meat and mushroom, and you guys have a nice, relaxed evening. At this point in time, it's roughly 9-10 p.m. You guys still have a good half day of travel left before you get over to Lake FORSONA.
Are we camping here for the night, or are we gonna press on? If we're gonna camp, who's gonna be on watch first? What you guys want to do?
Camp is set up. May as well.
Yeah, we have our camp all set up. We might as well camp. I mean, we can have your little owl friend look around and see if we even think we need to set up watch. I mean, we scared the wolf off. What do you think the chances that the wolf will come back?
I mean, we did cook a tasty meal. Someone might be hungry in the forest. But we can. I can ask him. I walk over to Cordell like, hey, buddy, you want to let me know if there's any danger around, please? If possible. Hoot 3 times if yes. Oh, damn, there's a third.
With that, see Cordell. You see Cordell flies up high, a good 50 feet in the air, and he's going to spend 10 minutes or so looking around. Go ahead and give me a perception roll for him.
Roll a flat d20 for him.
Yeah, roll a flat d20. You said he got an 18. Yeah, he's able to see everything. He's going to fly down after a good 10, 15 minutes. Perch right back there on top of the... He's going to look at you and hoot.
Is it a good hoot or a bad hoot?
You see Cordell nestle down and start tucking his head underneath his wing.
I'm going to take that as a sign you're ready for bed and we don't have to worry. I'm going to go tell the guys, like, yeah, it looks like he said there's no danger.
In that case, I'm going to be the first one to scurry my ass into the tent and go to sleep.
Just going to set you right here.
I'll dim the fire down a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
make sure we don't have any issues with that, and then I'll get in the tent to go to sleep.
You know what? Since there's two dudes in a tent already, I'm gonna just kind of lay up against the post of the tent and fall asleep there.
I don't want to sleep with dudes.
Y'all technically strangers still.
So you're posting up outside the tent, is what you said?
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me 1d20 roll. 3 hours that you are. So first 3 hours, so 1d20. You guys are able to sleep just fine in that. Next 3 hours, give me 2 d20. You guys have a good solid 6 hours. How long did you guys want to sleep for? Right now, so that was 6 hours. So you're looking at about 4 a.m. right now.
You guys want to make it a full 9?
Whatever is a full rest.
Yeah, whatever
I'll take.
classifies as a full long rest.
Which will be at least 8 hours.
That's cool with me.
And then I need 3 d20s.
Okay, let's see if we get some good rolls. A 2, a 1, and a 13. So
Okay.
for 16 total.
You're able to get your 8 hours just fine, but in that last hour, as you guys are getting up, getting your tent packed for the day, 2 wolves emerge from the staring at you.
Can I like scream at them to try to intimidate them away?
Yeah, go for it. Do an intimidation check. I would actually say with advantage.
11 again.
Intelligence roll, and they got a very low roll. They are going to turn tail and run.
Yar. No, as soon as camp's packed up, I'm ready to head down the road, get to this damn lake.
What do you do? Do you let the fires burn, or you just
Oh, I'm gonna put the fire out. Don't need to start no forest fires.
you take a good 5 minutes or so to put the fire out, just fine.
Stomp, 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 stomp.
Starts to break away, and as the sun starts rising overhead, you can clearly see the next part of your trek.
Well, you guys ready for more adventure?
I am always ready for more.
Yes, let's start heading down the road, buddies.
As you're getting to the next bridge that goes over the rushing water, you see, as you get to the top of the stairs, a lone crow talks at you. Yeah, a lone crow caws at you.
Well, I'm gonna wave and say hello to the crow. How are you this fine morning, Mr. Crow?
You see it start to like hop up and down a little closer to you. Boop, boop. It turns its head slightly to you.
Well, you seem friendly enough. I should have some little food on me from the stuff I bought from the tavern. I'm gonna break him off a piece and give him some.
You see the crow takes a piece of what you offer. It gives you a slight caw.
Well, interesting creatures we got around here, guys, right?
I mean, birds
I'll
are
bite the
interesting,
bird.
I guess.
Everything seems so magical.
As you guys are... Now, I don't have it on this map. As you guys are the bridge,
Mhm.
over the lake. You hear those thumps continuing again. Only this time it's a lot closer. In fact, you see one of the trees in the distance topple over, and you hear a loud crash as it.
Whereabouts
You guys
is
want
it?
to keep going towards that?
We just gotta get to the lake. We can just cut
Well,
off right
I
here.
think we kind of have to keep going.
Well, I didn't know if you guys want to turn tail and run. I don't know if you're scared of cats or not, but I'm
It
fine
sounds
with
like,
keeping
it
going.
sounds like you want to. You're the one asking.
No, I was just
Wait,
making sure
are you
my
a little
squishy little
afraid,
friends in the
or-
back are good. No. I'm always down to protect and serve.
Well, Kenneth, do we know where? Like, are they like right up this bridge? Like, where is your friend? Can you like ask them? Can you like?
That's a good question. Can I call can I in my mind call out to my friend?
What do you say as you call out to your friend?
Well, geez, what do I say? Can I say hello? Hello, knock knock, are you there?
As you say, hello, hello, knock, knock, are you there? How long do you wait before you get a reply?
3 minutes.
After 3 minutes, you hear nothing. There's no presence in your chest, no wording popping into your brain.
Alright, I turn back to Darren and I say, nope, he's gone. He's out for the day.
Well,
Do
let's
we wanna
continue
take a
then.
do we want to take a quick dip in the water over here while we have access to water? You know, fill up all of our canteens.
I mean, this
Clean
is the
off a
lake,
little
is it
bit.
not?
Well, I don't know. This is to me your friend. I figured you know, like, who even is this guy, by the way? Like, what is he
I
to
don't know.
you? Because, like, to be fair, you thought I was him.
He's just some guy in my head, man. I don't know.
Oh, so you don't even know who we're meeting?
I don't know you, and you guys are here.
He's got you on that one, Darren.
Well, yeah, but he has the book, and I was told I need that book by a voice in my head. You know, hey, Obak, do you have voices in your head too, or you like the odd one out? Because now that I think about it,
I do not have voices in my head. I was given a letter like a normal person. I'm supposed to find
Hey.
my master.
hey, Kenneth, do you wanna point and laugh at him because he doesn't have like a voice in his head that
Yeah,
says
I do,
stuff
actually.
to him? Alright.
Ha ha. Ha ha.
You know what? I'm a
Uh-huh,
pick
you're
up
normal.
Darren since he's a frail little boy
Oh!
and just start carrying
Put
him.
me down!
Nope,
Put
nope.
me
You're
down!
coming with me. Nope.
Put me
Nope.
down! Put me down!
Nope.
I use my cantrip create bonfire and create a bonfire in front of him as he goes to take a step to take me somewhere. Don't pick me anywhere. I don't like being picked up.
I'm gonna just hold him over the fire. You really you want to laugh at me?
They'll drop me in the fire. See what happens.
That'd go against what I believe in. I'm gonna set him
Put me down. All right, I'm gonna dispel the bonfire.
I'm gonna walk back towards the path.
We need to get our water. Where you go? We need to fill up on our water.
Fine, we'll fill up on water.
Go ahead and you guys get to the water's edge. You see a nice clear like waterfall. I need you to roll initiative for me.
Oh boy.
God damn it, Darren.
6.
Got a
I
9.
got a 12.
Hold on, let me get this going. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
You're good. Fucking Darren. I should have threw
I'm
you in the
thinking-
fire.
I'm thinking about our health. I wouldn't have done anything. I would have just dispelled it.
Well, we're going to another part of the lake.
Yeah, but I don't see. It looks like this path is taking us away from the lake.
It could be for a bigger lake.
All right. You
Oh,
said you got a
this
12
lake-
6.
and o'clock. All right. As you guys get to the water, you're able to fill up your water skins, your canteens, gather enough water. But as you're filling up, 2 giant crabs emerge from the water. Actions on you guys. Boom, boom. Yeah, giant crabs. They're going to take an attack roll on each of you. That is 19 to hit, 8 to hit. Oakvog.
Which one is for who?
Oakvog, you're going to take two bludgeoning damage from one of their claws,
Okay.
and the other one misses Darren.
Thank God, that shouldn't have happened.
Darren, it is your turn.
Well.
Oh, hold on. Make sure that you all took a long rest.
Oh yeah, I gotta get all my spell slots back.
Forgot about that.
And then Oakvog, you take 2.
Son of a bitch.
And you're considered a medium creature, are you not?
Yes, I do believe so.
You are actually grappled by the claw.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah, they're pretty big. Darren, what would you like to do?
I'm debating. I have 2 avenues that I can go here. You know what? Darren is scared. He is going to take his initial action. He's scared. I am going to cast Arms of Hadar. Invoking Hadar causes tendrils to erupt from myself. Each creature in a 10-foot... Why doesn't it just say radius? 10-foot emanation originating from me makes a saving throw. I don't understand why don't it just say radius?
It's new words from the new book.
Does that mean radius? Is that what that word is supposed to mean?
Is it saying emanating? So pretty much a 10-foot radius around you, but it's saying that you're the focal point. With the word emanating, it's from you. So you can't say from this point or that point. It's pinpointed on you. So, Kenneth, I need you to make a saving throw.
It's a strength saving throw.
Okay.
And then the crab needs to make one too, correct? 13.
Alright, so the crab fails. My spell save is 14. So Kenneth will take half of this damage, and the crab will take full damage in its necrotic damage. And then on a failed save, the target takes 2d6 necrotic damage and can't take reactions until the start of its next turn. 5 necrotic damage for the crab, 2 necrotic damage for Kenneth.
If
Make that
necrotic
one.
is on my defenses,
Resistance, yeah. So you only take
so you only
one.
take 1.
So the crab takes a 5 necrotic damage. All right.
And it can't take reactions, and that's the important part, because now I run away.
You can move up to 8 tiles.
I'll go right there. 20.
Okay. All right. That it? Oakvog, your turn.
Well, I'm gonna try to break this grapple that I'm in.
Escape is a DC 11.
Just roll D20.
Let's see. It just says the escape is a DC 11, but it doesn't specify what. So yeah, roll a D20, please.
14.
You're able to break free from the clutches of the crab. Your movement is now restored. You're able to make a...
Sick. I'm gonna try to get revenge on this little dude. I'm swinging at him. I'm guessing a 10 doesn't hit.
It bounces off of its hard crustacean shell.
Rawr.
Kenneth, you're up.
all right. I am going. I'll cast Guiding Bolt on this one closest to me. All right. Let's see. To hit. So never mind. I'm probably not doing shit.
Unfortunately, no.
All right. I'll just stand here then.
Alright, it is the crab's turn again. It's going to take a claw action and hits with a 20 for a total of 2 bludgeoning damage again.
Okay.
You are grappled once again, and it is going to start to pull you into the water with it. About waist deep now. This one was damaged. And is going to... Darren, you are up.
I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast on Yeah, I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast on. I'll cast it on the one that's trying to pull my friend underwater. Oh my god, that's a 10.
Unfortunately, he's submerged a little too deep, and you're unable to hit him.
Alright, that'll be my turn.
Oakvog, you're up.
See if we can break grapple twice.
And I would say you're able to break it.
13, sick. Now if I use my teleport ability, does that give him an opportunity to attack on me?
No, it does not.
Bouncing.
It's what, within 30 feet?
Yeah, within 30 feet, so I can go, what, like right here?
You can go as far as one step ahead of Darren.
I'll actually just chill here just in case they try to run back up on shore for us. I don't want to leave my buddies hanging.
All right, that it?
And yeah, that's it, I guess.
All right. You want to ready in action? So
Actually, yeah,
okay, so if it comes back up,
yeah, if it comes back up, I'm a swing on it.
Kenneth, your turn.
I'm just going back up.
You
And
got it.
That is
it?
all I'm going to do.
I'm going to roll a d20 for everyone to see. And I didn't get a save. I wasn't expecting it to roll right away. I was going to say if it's an even number, it's going to run off or try to escape. The other one already is trying to escape. So it's able to get right here. It's going to get right here. And that's going to end their turns. Darren, it goes back to you.
Far are these guys? Are they still within 120 feet?
16 times 5. Yeah, they're 80 feet away. 80 and
I will send an Eldritch Blast at the one that I already damaged to this fight. And that's a natural 20.
so you'll take whatever your max damage is. You can do it however you like. You can either double the dice or you can take max damage and then roll the dice like normal.
I'll take max damage and then roll the dice.
That's how I like to run the crits.
Alright, so that is a total of 20 damage.
So as you let go of that Eldritch Blast at the farthest one, you see it hit the crab. You see it actually explode into pieces where the crustaceans blown apart all over the water. You see the other crab start to grab pieces of it and start nibbling on it.
I'll say right there, like, I was just trying to get us some extra meat, but I kind of blew it up. I'm sorry. And I'll turn to Kenneth real quick. I'm like, oh yeah, and I'm sorry about hurting you. I got kind of scared.
It's okay, buddy. I'm used to my friends hurting me.
We're friends.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I guess.
And then I'll end my turn with that.
Oakvog, you're up.
I'm gonna just cancel my ready action and just start walking backwards.
Pretty much giving up on the fight.
Yeah, the other one's too far in the water. I ain't fucking
Yeah.
chasing it.
Kenneth, same thing. First crab is he's going to continue running off. At this point, he's going to be past the 120, and he's going to submerge. So you guys are out of combat.
Thank God.
I'm gonna look at Darren and be like, see, this is what fucking happens when we go to fill up our water at random places.
Hey man, I didn't know that everything in this forest was gonna try and kill us, alright? But did you see what I did to it, bro?
I mean,
exploded!
that was pretty dope, but man, I'm hurting. I'm gonna use 4 charges in my lay on hand to fix myself up.
Yeah, go for it. As you lay on hands, you see an octopus emerge from the middle of start to engulf the parts of the crab that were blown apart.
You see that shit, Darren? I ain't trusting you near water again. I'm gonna start walking up the road.
As you start walking down the road, you see a a couple of trees that have been chopped down, and in the clearing you see a little farm with some smoke rising out of the chimney. I don't have it on this map, but I do have a form if you guys want to.
Yeah, let's go to the farm, I guess.
As you start making your way up towards the farm, we're going to get away from this map. So Tailspire is going to go down for a bit. We're going to go to Discord. As you approach this little farm, you see with his shirt off, well-built man chopping wood down. You see him finish clearing the tree. The tree falls in front of you guys, and he happens to look up, apologetic, not realizing you guys were walking up the path. But you see a large man, silver hair, again, no shirt on, gold earrings, really like golden eyes, puts his axe over his shoulder and asks how you guys are doing.
I'm gonna say we're doing all right. How are you doing, sir?
You see him give you a sly little smile. He says, I'm doing all right myself. Don't get visitors up here quite often. What brings you in the area?
We were looking for Lake FORSONA. Would you happen to know where that is?
Well, of course I do. You're not too far from it. Lake FORSONA is just about 3-4 hours trip down the road. A lot of commotion going down there these days.
What kind of commotion?
You see him spit on the ground, wiping sweat from his brow from just chopping down the tree. He says, the specifics, I just saw a couple people down there with some tools, and one of them looked to be a paladin, a gladiator, about your size, actually, as he looks over at Oakbog. He was accompanied by a old man. Didn't get a good look at him, but the old man seemed to have a couple books and archaeology tools with him. I don't know what they're doing, though.
I'll kind of walk up next to Oakfog and be like, but one thing we've noticed when walking through down here, at least down to get here, we were coming from the unknown pub. And on the way down here, there's been a lot of like slamming and like banging and like trees falling over and everything. Do you know what's going on with all that?
Yeah. That would be me. You see, I'm rebuilding my farm or expanding it. I'm chopping down some trees for the expansion, and I need to have the firewood for winter to keep warm.
That sets my mind a little bit at ease. I thought it was like some unseen giant just traveling the woods, but knowing that it's a nice fellow like you puts me at ease.
You think there aren't giants and creatures in these woods? There's crazier things than that, lad. Beyond here is the Grove of Requirement. A lot of dryads, Sasquatches, wolves and dire wolves. There's a lot of dangers out there, but for the most part, if you stick to the path, they leave you alone.
Oh, good to know.
And you know it is. Go ahead and give me a perception check. Or, hold on. Or you can give not a perception, an insight check, sorry.
I'll do an insight check. That's a 15 insight check.
He tells you this with a smirk on his lips. You see him without his shirt on, and you see a lot of battle scars. You see what looks to be punctures. You see old bites that have healed over and scarred over. The guy seems to be in his early 50s, not old by any means of the number. He seems to be human, but very fit, very durable. You could see that he's seen some shit in his day. You don't believe that his words were nonsense.
Well, thank you for the insight, sir. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
The name's Cyrus.
Thank you, Cyrus. I appreciate the tip. Do you have any more tips and tidbits for some weary travelers that are new to this forest?
Stick to the road. Respect the nature around you is pretty much the only thing you need to worry about. The forest can be a scary place. However, if you're kind to the forest will repay you in kind as well. Where are my manners? Would any of you like to come in for some tea?
As much as I would appreciate it. You said it was a good few-hour walk, and I don't want to get there right as the sun is going down. I'd like to have some sunlight. When we do get to the FORSONA Lake, I do just have one other question. You had mentioned respecting the nature. What if we need food? Would we be allowed to gather berries from the bushes around us, or could that be seen as disrespectful?
No. People forage all the time for survival. There's nothing wrong with that. It's when you desecrate the plants or deny from others, the animals, the world around. That's when it becomes an issue. That's when nature tends to find a way to bite you back.
I don't have any more questions. I don't know if either of my friends have questions, but I will leave it to them. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, not a problem.
I have no questions for you. Just appreciate you giving us the little tips and tricks, and I'm gonna flip him a gold coin for him being nice.
You see him raise his hands. He catches the coin in the air. He looks at you. He's like, I appreciate the generosity, but I can't accept this. And he flicks it back right at you.
You're too kind, sir. Kenneth, is there anything you want to know? Well, we will be respectful to the land, I guess.
I give the old guy a nod and I just follow the boys out the door.
Did you guys go inside his cabin, or are you just talking outside?
We were just talking outside.
Okay. You see him look at you guys. Not that it's any of my business or concern, but you be careful at that lake. Again, don't know what they're doing down there, but a lot of weird things happen in that area of the woods and lake. If you guys need a place to stay for a little while or to crash, come see me again. I'll make sure to have some tea boiling on the stove for you. I have an extra room or two that you crash in if needed. It would be good to tell stories with someone again.
Keep your offer in mind.
I will definitely come back one day. Hopefully soon. Because I want to hear those stories about those scars you got.
Yeah. You choose a body part with my scars, and I can tell you a good handful of stories. You guys get to it. And you see him turn around. You guys see his bare back, and you see a large, very faded tattoo. Again, the guy's pretty old. A faded tattoo of what looks to be like a sunrise. And he goes back to start chopping down trees. Don't forget, follow the path. You should be there in a couple hours.
I'm going to say thank you as we start walking away.
Follow behind Oakvog.
Tailspire it is again. Do you guys go straight to the path?
Yes, I think so.
If you like, give a perception check, or you can just head out.
I'm going to do a perception check.
I too will do
I got a 14.
6.
Don't worry about what I got.
Kenneth, Darren, you guys as you're leaving, you're like, the kind of weird, secluded guy out in the middle of the woods, just chopping down trees, whatever. You guys got a goal in mind. You guys got to get to that lake and find Giles. Oakvog. As you're leaving, you can't help but notice in the tree line, you see a little bit of like a clearing, and it looks to be 2 stone monuments, small headstones past the tree lines as you walk away.
I'm gonna just keep that in the back of my mind for now.
What was the farmer's name again?
Cyrus. Cyrus. I'll type it in the chat. It's also in the if you click that photo of his farm, you'll see at the top left it says Cyrus's farmhouse, and below it the Grove of Requirement. All right. You guys are able to make your way back to the path to find a rickety wooden bridge or flooring that goes along the mountainside.
Well, I'm gonna just tiptoe with my Jordans across.
Go ahead and give me a D20 roll, please.
16.
All right. You're able to make your way quite far across the wooden bridge. You get to the edge of the mountains off to the forest. Can I have you roll 2 more D20s?
Okay. A 4 and a 16 for 20.
You're able to get to the edge of the wooden planks. You notice that they are pretty well maintained despite being so far off from either towns or civilization. You believe maybe that Cyrus's care of the bridge, as all the wood seems to be fairly new. You're able to get to the edge of the forest, and in the clearing you're able to see a small grouping of people by the edge of a giant lake.
I guess we're walking towards those people.
Now, I don't have a map for this part of it yet. You see, as you get to the edge of the water, or the edge of the forest, and you could see the clearing of the water, you see Cordell fly up, hoots excitedly, and flies off to the people you see in front of you.
Oh shit! I'm a walk after Cordell to see where he going. See if he's going to the person I think he is.
Right. As you take off, what are you doing as you see Oakvog take off towards the people?
I'm just following to also get to these people.
You hear, as you make your way towards these people, you hear in the back of your mind, Kenneth, is that you?
Yes, it is I.
Ah, Kenneth, my boy. You had me worried for a minute. Come closer. Hurry, make way. I got a lot to show you. And you see a little man next to quite a large fellow off in the distance. You see the little man like kind of jumping, waving his arms in the air. Too far to hear in person, but for whatever reason, you're able to hear him in your mind just fine.
I point at him and I tell Darren and Oakfog that that's my little fella. That's the guy that might be able to help us.
We made it!
Yay!
Go ahead and make your you guys are able to make your way towards them with just fine if you like, or if you want, you can do whatever you like before you get to them.
I'm heading straight there.
Follow in my group of people, because it seems like both of them have met up with the people they were trying to meet up with.
All right. As you guys get closer, you can't help but see that familiar face that you've grown up with so long ago. A man with silver frizzy hair, tight in a ponytail, revealing a fresh, anguished face, expressive hazel eyes, watching over the lake with purpose. Standing next to him, you see a little man, quite old. You can't tell if this is a halfling or a dwarf or whatever. This man is 4 feet tall, long, like scraggly white beard, bifocals, like 2 inches thick, covered in robes and a bunch of scrolls and books. He looks at you all and quite loudly, he says, Kenneth, my boy, glad to see you made it.
Yes, of course. I'm here. I wouldn't have missed this for the world.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that once more?
I shake my head no, and I just continue to walk.
You see him look up at at Sir Bellamy. What did he say? You see Bellamy look down at Giles and say, Old man, if you don't use your hearing aids, at least use your sign language. And he signs. You see Giles laugh at himself. He's like, yes. But you know the hearing aids are... No one wants to carry a horn that large and stick it in their ear.
Yeah.
And he looks at you and he says that he's excited that you're here.
How close are we at this point?
I'd say you guys are at the water's edge. Yeah, you're with them for sure.
Okay. I just give him a thumbs up. And then I pull out the book and I let him know of my findings. And I also give him the hand.
You see he gives you a puzzled look like, where in the world did you find such a treasure, my boy?
The sarcophagus. The one that we had talked about.
He looks over at Sir Bellamy like, what did he say?
I start to sign it out because I do know sign language. This is part of my character. Sign language is one of those things that I do. So I sign it out, and then I give him the middle finger afterwards because I'm tired of repeating myself to him.
He looks at you and he chuckles. He's like, yeah. The joke we did all the time back in the days of relic hunting. You see that, Bellamy? Maybe you should get a humor like this one. And he nudges Bellamy a little hard for an old man. But he looks at you and he says, this quite interesting indeed. So you see, I called you here to help me, not for the book, but this is intriguing nonetheless.
What was it that you needed help with?
You see him sigh, and reach into his bag and pull out a really large, like, ram horn, and he puts it in his ear. One more time, lad.
I say it even quieter this time. So, what exactly did you need help with?
He looks at you and he says, well, it's not that I needed help.
You just
You're
said you
always
needed help with the lake.
Well, it's more that help for you. You and I are in the business of hunting relics. I know what your side of the business is a little bit more questionable. However, I don't judge. However, I know you're in the market for some interesting relics. And I don't think I've ever came across anything quite like this. And you see him reach into his bag and he pulls out a handful of, like, very small trinkets. Small pottery the size of, like, fingernails. You see him pull out and tomes the size of, like, punch holes in paper.
Oh.
And he holds them. Look at these. And he holds them out for you to witness.
I ask him if he's been stealing from a bunch of fucking ants. And ask where he got them.
No, I don't steal. I'm a treasure hunter.
That's what I've been trying to tell these fucking guys, but ain't nobody been listening to me.
You stole from that tomb.
I'm a treasure hunter.
He said, oh, where are my manners? Who are your friends, Kenneth?
I don't fucking know. I look back and I'm like, would you guys like to introduce yourselves or something? Or
I'm Oakvog of the Mist. You actually got my master right there next to you. Sir Bellamy, what's up, my dude?
You see Sir Bellamy break his posture of being like the the guard and strictness of his title. You see his shoulders like droop a little, and he chuckles. Okvag, took you quite some time to get here. I hope it wasn't too much trouble, but man, my boy, is it nice to see a familiar face these days. And
Glad to see you
he
too.
holds out his arm to give you like the warrior's greeting, where you each grab each other's forearms.
I reach out as well. I'm glad to see you, Master. I've been so bored lately.
Yes,
I figured when Giles had told me about the adventure here, I thought he was just some crazy kook, but he's found some interesting things, and if they pan out, oh man, you won't be bored for quite a while. This is the stuff that could make or break a.
I like the sound of that.
Speaking of which, who is the other one?
Some shifty dude with a voice in his head.
I've been just kind of like looking at the book, and then when I noticed them talking, because they were all like having their own little reunion, I kind of look up like, oh, I'm Darren.
Ah,
And I
Darren.
don't have a voice in my head. If anything, Kenneth was the one that had a voice in his head, and I'm pretty sure it was you, wasn't it?
Me? No. If anything, it was the old man Giles over there.
Ah, yeah.
He tends to message people without consent, if you know what I mean.
yeah.
Oh, we got another troublemaker, eh?
I
Well-
have a little bit of a idea. But yeah,
Huh?
I'm Darren. I'm Darren Worklift. It's a pleasure to meet you, and I stick out my hand.
You see him look you up and down, sticks his hand out.
Shake his hand.
You can't help but notice the strength in this man's grip. He's not shaking your hand to hurt you, but you do feel that this guy has some monster strength to him. He said, "It's a pleasure to meet you too. I can't promise I can help with the voices in your head, but as long as you're a friend of Oakvox, you're a friend of mine."
Oh, I don't actually have any voices in my head. He was just kidding.
It's not what you said next to the lake up there.
I have a singular voice, and I'm pretty sure it's a deity.
Well, you pray hard enough, and any deity will come to you.
That's about what I was doing when this deity came to me, so...
Interesting. I can respect that. And Asimar, of course he has a deity in his back pocket. Hopefully you got one of the good ones. And you see him look over at Giles. He says, "Giles, it's been quite some time. Are they coming up?" "I'm sorry. Can you repeat that again?" You see him sigh, and he looks over at you, Oakfog, and he says, "And this is why I taught you how to sign." And he signs back to Giles, asking about how long it's been since those people were down in the lake. You see him yell back, "Oh, yes. No, they should have a good 15, 20 more minutes worth of air. They should be fine."
What are they doing under the water?
Who are you asking?
Sir Bellamy, since deaf man can't hear.
You see Bellamy look like he's standing next to you. You're 8 feet tall. Even though you're taller than him now, you still have that feeling like you have to look up to him. That's how much like his presence holds in front of you. He kind of looks up at you and says that this seems to be a site of immense treasures, and they only seem to be getting more bountiful as we dive deeper into this lake. There's a crater underneath, and inside that crater is more and more treasures.
As they talk about like diving deeper into the lake, I just kind of chime in like, "Do you aren't you guys afraid that you guys would be considered desecrating the nature?"
Well, I didn't think of it like that, but I don't think so. The lake was man-made to my knowledge. I don't know. If anything, we're cleaning it up, getting all this stuff out of it.
I guess that's a fair way to think about it. I just know we were given tips to respect the nature and the nature. So I just want to be mindful of that.
Those are good rules to follow. Good rules to live by. To one another, or even the nature itself, and hopefully they do the same to you. Good code, good oath to live by. Are you a paladin? I don't think so. You're kind of small for a paladin.
Yeah,
But nonetheless,
I'm not.
pretty nice words to live by.
I'm more of I dabble more in magic
Ah,
than brute force.
nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. So
I'm gonna
Giles,
nudge. Oh, never mind.
go for it. Go for it.
I was gonna say I was gonna nudge him and be like, yeah, he's a little wimpy, but he does make things explode.
Yeah, he doesn't look very tough, but hey, magic is terrifying all on its own. So Giles, are you sure that they're okay down there? Do I have to ask again? You see him roll his eyes and he signs to Giles that he's worried and concerned about the safety of the divers that went down into the lake. Sir Bellamy, if you're that worried, take your buddies and head down there. Keep in mind, if you find any more treasure, bring it up. And he looks over at you, Kenneth, and he's showing you the trinkets that he found once again. The little books and the little bottles, the little vases and pottery he found down there. Don't you see what this is, boy?
No, not really.
Do you not know the legends of this place? He looks at you. He looks at everyone else. And he says that... Sorry, screen shook for a second. He looks at you and he says, if my theory is correct, this might have been the location where Withermore once stood.
I perk up. That the lost town of Withermore, like the one in that book,
What?
or that or not you. Your friend has.
You see him look puzzled, and he's like, Kenneth, you have the Withermore book?
I signed to him that I just gave it to him not like 5 minutes ago.
Well, why didn't you fucking say so before?
You
you
have
see
the
him open-
book.
You see him chuckle. Nonsense, my boy. And he opens it up and he's like, I should have known. I can't decipher this. Not without some time. Are you sure this is the Book of Withermore?
Give me the book and I will read it to you.
Well, I can read it. It's just gonna take me some time. How can I be so certain of the authenticity of this book?
Is there like a stamp? I'm signing to him. Is there like a stamp on it? It's a book that Kenneth found in a tomb.
Oh,
That
that is
I
right.
do
that is
also
right.
need to stay intact because I need that book because I need to find Withermore.
Oh, well, he came to the right place. He found the right people.
Perfect.
All right. You see him pull up his bifocals. You see him conjure up a stool out of his bag. Then he carries on him. Give me a little bit of time to decipher. While you're waiting, go ahead and check on my divers. That would be great.
I signed him. Okay, let's go.
He looks at you and he says, Sir Bellamy, he does know if he goes inside that water, he can't wear that armor, right? See Bellamy signs. He's not an idiot. And he looks at you and he whispers, oh God, don't forget to take off your armor.
Look over him. Thanks for reminding me.
Anytime. You see he pops open his bag and he hands each of you a size of like a jawbreaker, just a medicine capsule. And he says, here, take this. This will allow you to breathe underwater for an hour. For anyone that wants to go down.
I guess I'm going
That's
to.
my boy. So we have 2 of you going down. Is Darren gonna go as well?
Yeah, I'll go down with them.
Sorry, do you mind if we take a 5-minute break so I can use the restroom?
Sounds good to me. I need to use the restroom myself.
Sick. Quick bathroom break, and then we'll be right back at it.
Flint and steel.
Michael, you there? All right. You end up. Sir Bellamy hands each of you one of those pills for water breathing. He tells you it'll last about an hour long. He recommends Oakbog take off your armor. I will do the same.
After he hands me the thing, I'm gonna take off my armor.
You see him do the same. Again, you see, even though he's only 6'8", he still has a monstrous presence to him. Mainly because you know the legend that he is. You've seen his work. You grew up. You know what this man might be capable of. You couldn't feel more safer.
Tell the guys like, hey, we're in good hands with Sir Bellamy with us.
I give him a thumbs up.
That's good to know.
I'm summoning you guys to the board right now.
Oh my god, it's green.
For this to work, see the on the far right you have is green at the very top, then water below that, and then white near the bottom. I don't know where your characters are.
Garuda.
I'm gonna put your guys as characters. You guys dive underwater with Sir Bellamy, and you see that they weren't lying. There is a huge, below the water's surface, you see little, like you mentioned before, little pottery, little sticks, little furniture, all that could fit inside the palm of your hand. It looks as if someone just dropped a doll house in the water and let all the content spread everywhere. I'm gonna make you guys flying, which will simulate the swimming. You guys see where you're at, right?
Yeah.
You guys end up swimming down deeper into the crater. You don't see any people at all. You don't see any divers, but you do have a decent vision of each other. You guys are gonna have to stick near each other because, again, underwater it's gonna be kind of dark. But you see Bellamy sign to each of you. They must be deeper. So how to lower your character is going to be the control button. As you guys start to go deeper and deeper, swimming down, I'm going to need you to roll initiative once again.
A lot of fighting right now. I'm scared.
That's me a 14.
I got an 8.
I got an 11.
14.
They're no good.
Man, that's bad, that shit.
Shit, man, that's bad. That's super bad.
That's bad and shit, man.
Bro, it's almost as bad as you, bro.
Okay, so Kenneth, you got what? Darren.
11.
He got an 11.
Up first is going to be Bellamy, and you see out of the crevices of the cavern, you see two giant crabs emerge once again. Sir Bellamy is going to see the crabs and swim towards, and he's actually going to take a dash action as boom, and get right up there, and that's his turn.
What am I going to do? I guess I'm gonna do guiding bolt. I got a 15.
15 hits.
And 17 damage.
You see, and you're attacking the one closest, or the one farther down below.
I only see one.
You see this one, right? So that's the one you want to attack.
Yeah.
You see. Explain your guiding bolt.
Much like last time, I look over at this stupid, ugly, fucking water creature, and then I just hold out my hand, and a beam of lightning shoots directly at it.
The beam of lightning strikes the crab, instantly frying it. You see it turn red, and bits of crab meat float out. That one's dead.
He killed some. Yay!
Where's this
Right.
other nasty serpent?
It's below us. Yeah, you gotta rotate it at like the right angle to find him.
All right, Darren, you're up.
Wait.
Monkey?
I'm around a bunch of God-fearing civilians, aren't I?
Not I.
Oh boy, I don't. This is gonna cause issues because this man is old and probably smart. Yeah, I am. Let's see, where is the other paladin that is with us?
Behind
Which
you.
one? Behind me. Ah, lovely. I'm going to swim back to about here, and then shoot Eldritch Blast. Do you see my little arrows?
Yep.
At that one.
Yeah,
That is
you're
a 24 to hit. Alright, cool. And that is 6 damage.
You see your bolt fly through the water, striking the crab. This one's you, right? Oh, whoops, I did that backwards. You're able to hit the crab. You see it strike him deep under the water, shocking it nonetheless. Anything else you want to do? Oakval got you.
I'm gonna swim a little bit closer, I guess. Would it be about like right here? About 30 feet? Or 35? Or would it be a little bit...
From where you were? Let's say, yeah, that's about right.
I'm gonna get in the way just in case it starts swimming up towards someone.
Mhm.
And if it gets close to me, I'm ready to swing on it.
All right, that it? It is the crab's turn. It is going to go down and end its turn right there. As it ends its turn, out from underneath one of the crevices, you see a long tentacle snatch up the crab. I gotta go up and over. That's dumb. Snatch up the crab and eat it right away.
Oh my god.
And you see a giant octopus emerge.
Oh boy, another one.
Back to Sir Bellamy is gonna see that come through, and he is going to provide bless. Just deleted my damn thing.
Bless should give us all 1d4 to an attack roll or save.
Sorry, I closed out of all my fucking tabs.
Yeah, you bless up to 3 creatures within range. Whenever a target makes an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, the target adds 1d4 to their attack roll or save, and it's concentration and up to 1 minute.
I gotta pull his spells back up.
You good?
There we go. You see Bellamy point to each of you, and a radiant light leaves his fingertip and gets each of you. So, to mark that you each have, I don't know how well this is going to show up, but just in case, I'm going to lower the water to make it easier to see. He blesses each of you, and then he is going to move 30 feet towards the octopus. And then that is your turn. Sorry, the fucking fighting tracker went away too.
Ain't no good.
Good to know.
You know, for such a great... after Bellamy is the octopus. He's going to go up. Alright, the octopus is going to go up to you guys.
That's not good.
Going to make an attack roll on the first person it sees. Unfortunately, that is you, Okava. But it misses.
Sweet. That ready action doesn't pop up until my turn, right?
What did you have ready?
To start swinging on if something got close to me.
I didn't think I heard you say it in the water. I'm sorry. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Well, I'm guessing doesn't hit.
Oh, you actually do hit.
For 7.
All right. See the Kenneth, you're up.
Me again. Goodness
you
gracious.
again.
Boy golly, I'm gonna do another guiding bolt.
Go for it.
I got a 4.
The water makes it very hard to aim. Your bolt goes right through the legs of the octopus, as if it was anticipating some kind of reaction from you guys.
Interesting.
Any movement?
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Darren, you were up.
I'm going to cast Hex on the creature. And I'm going to choose Strength as its disability for Strength ability checks. And that'll be the end of my turn. Wait, actually, hold on. No, Hex is a bonus action. So I can cast Hex and then I can cast Eldritch Blast. So I will cast Hex and then I will cast Eldritch Blast. And that's a 25 to hit.
Just want to see the. All right, so you do Eldritch Blast. You hit.
Right, I will roll my Eldritch Blast and then I roll the extra d6.
Now, how do you hex him? What do you say in your air bubble you got going on?
In my air bubble, as I cast Hex, I say, "May the strength be sapped from your limbs." As I cast Hex to give him disadvantage on strength checks, and then hit him with the Eldritch Blast for 6 plus. I'm gonna roll my d6. 2, so 8 damage. So 2 necrotic and 6 force.
All right. Anything else?
Nope, that'll be it.
Ogvog, you're up.
Sweet. So, I'm gonna just swing on him for now. 13. So, 9 damage. And Shield of Faith can go on my person, right? I don't have to use it on someone else, correct?
Yeah, a creature of your choice. That means
Okay.
you.
Since that's a bonus action now, I'm gonna cast that on myself.
You got it.
And call it a turn now that I have 15 AC.
Let's see. It is going to be Sir Bellamy's turn. He is going to see all this stuff happening. He's going to run up to the octopus. He's going to make 2 attacks. First one hits. Second one hits as well. For a total of 24 damage. You see the octopus writhe in pain. Really, really hurt. You see Sir Bellamy look at each of you and signs. This is the moment to attack. It's going to be the octopus's turn. Before his turn, he's going to trigger his ink cloud, which fills a 10-foot cube around itself, which hides him for a little bit. All of this around you guys is going to be murky, and it's going to take an attack for a total of 11 damage. Bellamy, you see Bellamy get these crazy hits on the octopus. The octopus releases its ink cloud, hiding within the ink, and you see tentacles writhe, come through the ink, smack Bellamy, and grabs him and pulls him into the ink. Kenneth, it's your turn.
Would I be able to just launch an attack in there?
Yeah.
And hope? Okay.
Yeah, you can.
I'll use
whatever attack you're making, make it with disadvantage, but you also get to roll 1 extra d4.
So this is just gonna be Toll the Dead because it's the only other thing I have. So
roll it twice.
it's just I can roll damage. Apart
Hold
from
on.
that, it's
Instantaneous, 1 action. Oh, 1 creature you can see within range. You can't see him, unfortunately.
and I can't do shit. I forfeit my turn.
And you don't have any spell slots?
Nope.
Sorry, buddy. All right.
I'm assuming dark vision doesn't let me see through the ink.
Unfortunately, it does not. It's considered heavily obscured, so it gives the blinded.
I guess I'll just ready an Eldritch Blast in case the ink goes away, but I don't have anything I can do either.
You have that ready. Got it. Oakvog. Alex, or not Alex, Kyle, we can do the same for you if you want to ready an action. If the octopus becomes within sight, you can do Toll of the Dead. Oakvog, you're up.
Since I was right next to it, would I, or did it move?
You don't know,
Okay,
but
so
you have that like the 10-foot mass of black ink around you.
yeah, I guess I'm a ready in action too, since I don't know where it be. If his tentacles come within sight, I'm gonna slash at him.
Next up is Sir Bellamy himself to try to escape, and he does. He breaks free, and he is going to swing his sword. Disadvantage on it, unfortunately. He misses. However, he is able to disperse the ink quite a bit, so that you have your reactions to hit him. You have the option to do so now. So we'll go in order of everyone's readied actions. Kyle, Kenneth, you had Toll the Dead.
Yes.
Go ahead and make that.
1.
Okay, so Toll the Dead. Does that feel so weird? Oh, no, it has to make a wisdom save. That's what has to happen. So, let me roll its wisdom save. It adds nothing to this. So, 6. Now you make your roll for damage.
And you roll a d12 because it's taken damage.
Alright, 6.
6 necrotic damage. Next in the list, you have Darren. You had an Eldritch Blast.
Another 25.
5. So,
5.
11 total.
Well, I have my D6 because of a Hex.
Yep, yes you do.
9 damage
So
from
9.
me.
So that is, 14 damage total? I'm sorry, 15 damage total. Oakvog, you're able to swing your sword one time.
Nat 20 plus 5, baby.
So it's a max damage plus whatever you roll.
Now with the D&D Beyond, since it automatically does the 2d8 now instead of the 1d8, do I just roll a d8 and then?
Yeah, just roll the d8 and we'll add it together.
Can
Now, are you
he
swinging
add-
it with 1 or 2 hands?
Can he
So-
add Bless even though it's not his turn, or is that something you can only do? Like, is it whenever you make an attack action, or is it only when you make an attack action on your turn for Bless, or not Bless, Smite?
It's only when you make an attack roll. He hits, so he doesn't need to use it, and he crit hit. So
Well, I'm talking about a Smite. I'm just curious about the wording of Smite. I don't remember if Smite was.
So if he wants to smite, it just automatically happens as long as he has a spell slot.
Oh, is Smite just whenever? I didn't know if it was like
Yeah,
worded like
yeah,
attack
it's-
action on your
oh.
turn or just attack action.
It's technically a bonus action now. One bonus action, which you take immediately after hitting a target with melee or an unarmed strike.
Oh, okay. So that's what they did with that.
Yeah.
Got it.
I don't think that count. Like you can't smite on a reaction or
No.
a readied action anymore.
So,
That's kind of nice. Like a good balance, I think.
So I did roll an 8.
Okay, so 16 damage plus
Yes, sir.
whatever. 16, what is it? Plus.
My modifier is
five?
plus 5. Yeah.
So you do 21
21.
damage plus the 15 combined with the other 2 team members. You all 3 simultaneously hit the octopus and disintegrate it between the cutting it in half and the spells. And you guys are no longer in combat.
I'm assigned to everyone. Teamwork, baby.
You see Bellamy look at all of you only to see that Kenneth has a little bit of damage. He's gonna swim up to you, put his hand on your shoulder, and you heal your full health points. You only took 1 damage, right?
I don't even think I took any damage thing at all, but I did have 1 damage done earlier, I think.
Yeah. Maybe,
Yeah,
yeah.
you got 1 damage from me.
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah, so he notices that a little blood is coming off of you. He's unsure if it happened during this fight or not, but he heals you for the 1 damage, and he's going to heal himself as well for the remaining. You guys successfully fight off the crabs and the octopus to find that as you get lower within this cavern, you find more and more trinkets and little pieces of furniture. Some like stone pillars, the size of like a pinky. You see what would be the size of like a quarter, but you see what looks to be like a stone altar, but you find a bunch of little trinkets like that. At the bottom of the cavern, you also find 2 bodies, pretty much ripped in half and torn to pieces.
Would there be anything to gather to give them like funeral rites, or is it just like nasty chunks?
You could definitely grab like an arm here, a foot there. Pretty much you can find a few limbs, but you're not going to find whole bodies. But you can gather enough where you can discern who is what. It helps that the bodies are 2 different sizes completely.
I'll gather those for some, some funeral pyre stuff once we get back to land.
And you see Sir Bellamy looks at you, gives a nod, and he helps collect the pieces that you can. Kenneth and Darren, anything you would like to do?
I'll spend a minute while they're grabbing all of like the body parts to use my magical cunning to get another spell slot. And then with that spell slot, I'm going to go ahead and cast cast Detect Magic. And
please read off that spell specifically 1 more time for me. I know like the
Detect
general
Magic.
idea of it, but yeah.
For the duration, you sense the presence of magical effects within 30 feet of yourself. If you sense such effects, you can take the magic action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or objects in the area that bears the magic. And if an effect was created by a spell, I learned the spell School of Magic. It's a 30-foot area for 10 minutes.
So as you're swimming around, you see the entire area lights up. Very dull light. Like the magic that is in here is long dissipated. It's long since been like diluted down, if that makes sense. It's not as potent as when it probably was originally sent.
Now, when you say the entire area, do you mean like the rocks and everything, or it's just the area is littered with magical items?
Both technically.
Okay.
See, and that gives you the transmutation. Now the rocks itself, not necessarily like giving off this magic. However, all those little trinkets have a faint glow to them.
All right. I'm gonna go around because you mentioned like the little like stone pillars and then like an altar. I'm just detecting the magic. I'm getting the same magic from everything.
Yep.
All right. Like there's. All right.
Yes.
Anything that has to do with magic or religion, I'm grabbing. Like I'm not gonna grab like a cup or pottery. But like the stone pillars, the altar, anything that looks like it has to anything that I feel might be ritual material, or anything that might be like religious artifacts. I want to like just start grabbing all of that stuff while I'm going around, and I'm paying attention to see if anything gives any other school of magic.
But if everything is just the transmutation magic, I'm just picking up like all the religious and magic artifacts.
As of right now, all you get in this area is transmutation from every object. It's the same thing.
But I'll do a clip. I'll spend half of the time, or however long it takes me to like pick up like the ritual stuff, like the altar and the pillars. But I do want to go into the next area before my detect magic runs out.
Well, there really isn't a new area. This is all just like a big crater. It looks... Go ahead and make a perception check since you're all down here. And I would say with advantage because you are down here.
A natural 20, so 23 perception.
The nat 20. You're swimming around looking for things going on. This is an empty crater. You're aware of craters happening one of two ways. Either something crashes at an intense velocity, or something's plucked from the area.
And I'm gonna tell you what I'm thinking with that perception check. One of the first things I thought, like when you told me to detect magic, was it was all hit with the transmutation. So this area was hit with a transmutation spell that shrunk most, if not all, the items that were originally here. And so with that perception check, and then I thought of the detect magic, I want to start looking around, not at the item specifically, but trying to decide, like, are there more plates than I would expect to be in a normal house? Like, do I get the feeling that this was just like a singular building before, or if there were multiple buildings that got shrunk?
You don't see any buildings at all. You just see...
Yeah, but like I see like pottery, like you said, like there's pottery, there's plates, like the stone pillars and everything. Like just of the items I see, do I think that these items would belong to like a specific, like taking in all the items that I'm looking at? Would I get the gist that these items are for a specific type of building, or if they belonged to multiple buildings, like say a town was here that then got transmutated into something else, or a specific, like maybe it was an old church and that's why there's the altar and the pillars, but the building itself is gone, but a lot of the items in it stayed.
They look to be of different materials, so you don't think they would be from the same building.
Okay. As I'm looking around and do all that, I'll assign to everybody that I have a weird theory about this crater and what may have happened. And it's something we can talk about when we're all together outside of the water, but I just want to let them know that I have an inkling of what might be going on.
Does any of you want to do anything else? Sir Bellamy just gives you a nod.
No, I nod as well, and I think we should start heading back if there's nothing else.
Kenneth, any ideas? Anything?
Nope, I'm good.
You guys spend a good 30 minutes swimming back to the surface, back to the shoreline. Tailspire, I don't have much. You end up getting back up to the surface, and you see Giles sitting there reading the book, patiently waiting for you all.
Get out of the water. I cast a create bonfire and create a little fire for us to kind of dry off a little bit.
As you do that, you see Sir Bellamy walks up behind you, gives you a nudge. He's like, pretty resourceful friend you got here. And he sits down, plops next to the fire.
I'm gonna join him as well. Oh, it's a little drafty out.
You see Giles looks up from the book. And he says, Kenneth, my boy, did you find anything interesting?
I mean, apart from a big ass octopus and a couple of dead guys, no, not really.
That's too bad. I was expecting more treasure.
I think Darren picked up a couple of things. Darren, if you'd like to share.
I'll pull out the things that I found, and I'll go over my thoughts of, I'll ask him, like, you said, when we first got here, you mentioned, as I'm like pulling everything out of my bag, you mentioned that this was believed to be where Withermore was?
Withermore can be anywhere. However, some of the books and everything I found indicated that they were from long, long ago. I believe that this might be the resting place of what was once Withermore.
I came to the shocking conclusion of, so you know how craters are made, right? That there's one of two ways that they're made. I believe that that town may not have been Withermore, but that was, to the best of my knowledge, a town before it was shrunken down. And whatever magic caused it to shrink down was what caused that crater. Because looking around, there's different materials here, so it wasn't like a building, it wasn't like a religious building or something. I believe it to be multiple buildings. I don't have the knowledge of how many buildings or what they were, but I do have that, and I did a little detect magic, and they were all hit. They all had the faint signs of the transmutation spell.
Intriguing. Intriguing indeed. While you kids were out playing with the sea creatures, I found a little bit of information as well. The book that you found. Where exactly did you find this?
Once again, I found it in the tomb, in the sarcophagus of some guy.
Some guy.
Some guy, I can't remember his name. Started with an L?
Interesting. Landon?
No.
Lamar?
No, something a little more exotic sounding.
How big was this man?
I think he was some sort of giant, if I'm not mistaken.
You see him like spit whatever drink he was having out. You couldn't mean Lorthos, could you?
Ah, I think that was it.
Intriguing, intrigue. Your friend over there was right about this book. The title does say the town of Withermore, but it seems as if it's just a fable that we all see, with the exception of some runes near the end.
And what do they say?
Well, I don't know what the runes say,
my
but
God.
they're unique. The fable is a little bit different from what we hear. This one speaks of some kind of event happening. It speaks of this giant village, town, empire, some would call it, had great duty, technology well beyond its years, military prowess. One day, a pale sun rose over and brought destruction and ruin to the... It's not very clear. All it says is a pale sun rose over the hills, and with it brought a message that the children, to find treasure. It says that once the children came back, the town was no longer not the town. Adults were no longer a bit curious. But that's all I have for you. But if you think this is from Lorthos, it could explain why this area was flooded. Intriguing. Very intrigued. Did you find anything else? Other than the pillar, the pottery that you did not bring up, I see. What treasure hunter are you when you don't bring up relics?
It didn't seem that important. It just seemed like furniture and shit.
I'm
I'm only into the high ticket items now.
I did grab this altar.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and I'll hand him the tiny little altar.
You see him look at the altar for a second or two. As he's looking at it, Sir Bellamy nudges Oakvog and says, I told you this would be full of adventure, did I not?
Ah, you were right, Master. You were right.
Such an exciting day. Got to slay creatures, find treasure. Unfortunately, we will have to have a funeral pyre, but for the most part, An exciting day nonetheless.
Yes,
Ah.
exciting.
You see Giles looks over at the altar that you gave him. He turns it over. He looks back on the side like he inspects it fully, and he says, "Here, you see this?" And he points to a little section of it. There's an odd symbol. You can't quite make it out. He says, "This symbol right here, it's in the book." And he opens the book to near the end, and he sees, for certain, say it's the same symbol because it's such a small comparison, but it does look like it might be the same symbol as in the book.
So do we think this altar was from Withermore? Do you think that was Withermore?
No one could say for certain, but I hope so, my boy.
Me too. I'm gonna go and float in the water for a little bit. And I'm just gonna excuse myself and kind of put myself back in the position I was when the voice contacted me and told me to find Withermore. So I'm just kind of gotta like lay in the water and just kind of float around for a little bit and see if I can't get a connection with the voice that was in my head before.
Go ahead and roll a d20. So you're level 2. If you get 18, 19, or 20, I'm going to treat this kind of like a divine intervention.
I got a 10.
You put yourself in that same position from the beginning of our first session, in that trance-like state where you feel as if you're floating on nothing. What do you say to the voice?
As I'm floating there, trying to reach out, think to myself, I don't know if I found Withermore, but there are a lot of signs that point me to tell me that I did find what you told me to find. What do you need me to do now? What am I supposed to do after I find it?
You feel that presence is there, looming over your shoulders. You feel a heavy presence, and yet you don't hear or see anything. And as quickly as it came to make its presence known, you felt it dissipate.
I will lay there for a little bit longer, and then I will join the group.
As you're still floating there, you see Sir Bellamy notices you walk out and float in the water. He looks over at you, Oakfog, and he says, "Take a piss. He could have gone behind a tree over there."
He's a weird little fella.
I didn't need to take a piss. I needed to meditate. In what more relaxing place to meditate than floating in the water when there is no need to support your own body weight. There is no need to focus on anything but floating there and clearing your mind.
Clearing the mind or clearing the bladder? I jest. Oakvog, I think it's about time we get this, those pyres going.
Yes, master. I'll go collect some wood.
I shall do the same. Kenneth, what's going through your mind? You met the man that's been toying with your brain, finding what was supposed to be some really grand trinkets and relics to you.
I feel slightly underwhelmed that this didn't end up being what we had talked about at the bar. I felt like maybe this this little expedition was maybe going to end up being the town that Darren was speaking so highly of. So that's, I guess, what's going through my mind. But I am thinking that maybe what's his name from back at the farmhouse might know a little more, because you mentioned the sun rising over the mountain or something like that, and then like the tattoo on his back.
Mm-hmm. The pale sun
Yeah.
rising over the hilltops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of really what's going through my mind, right? Is maybe getting back to him.
You see Giles looking at you, and he signs to you. You seem a little disappointed, my boy.
I sign back saying that over the journey here, we've heard a lot about this Withermore place, and I'm kind of just eager to find out what the hype is all about.
See him sign back. However, if Withermore was so easy to find, it would have been found long ago.
I sign back and tell him that I'm impatient.
He chuckles. He signs back, yes. Unfortunately, with my old age, I'm becoming the same. That's why I've rushed you down here. With your expertise and relic hunting, that you can put the pieces together that I can't seem to grasp myself.
I nod and I sign back and say, I guess we'll find out soon enough.
I suppose so. You do know the other part of the legends around here, don't you? He says, your friend mentioned, it's the best way to put it, disregarding nature and upsetting it. There is a funny tale that they tell around these parts where it's better to leave unwanted treasure around your valued treasures were being taken from you. If you have something that you do not need or care for, leave it as an offering around around the road. You might have some better luck. Could just be a fairy tale. But just in case, and you see him pull off a button off of his sleeve, and he places it on the ground right by him. And he walks off. And you realize it's 3:30 already. Before we end the session, is there anything else that any of you would like to do or say?
I think my guy's at a good stopping point.
Lugging wood back.
Yep.
What I've heard, was I in the vicinity to hear about leaving an offering on the side of the road?
He was signing it to Kyle, and Kenneth and him were just signing.
I would, since I could read sign language too, I would pull out my old arcane focus, so my orb, and I'll just set it set it off to the side.
You're setting aside your arcane focus?
My old one. With the book I have, I don't need arcane focus. Actually,
okay.
I should double check that to make sure that I am right about that. Yeah. As Pact of the Tome, the book I make can be my spell focus.
Okay. All right, you leave your orb. How big is it? I don't know how big those are.
I'd say it's about like a softball size.
Okay.
Orb of golden light blue.
Yep, that's 20 gold pieces. That's a pretty just up and leave. But I will not stop you if that's what you would like to do.
I'm gonna get rid of it. My man don't know. My man don't know what it's worth.
All right, you pull out your orb after seeing Giles leave a silly button as a little trinket offering. Do you hide it on the side of the road, or do you just leave it?
Did Giles hide it, or did he just set it off to the side of the road?
He stuck it in the ground, kind of like a coin in the ground, standing upright.
I'll go find a bush near where we're staying and just kind of tuck it under the bush.
We'll end the session here with Oakvog and Sir Bellamy getting the pyres all set up and the body parts all laid out. Sounds
pretty good.
Yep. Continue next time. Unraveling the mystery behind Withermore. You guys can level up to level 3 now that you've uncovered some theories and of the mystery.
Oh,
level
up. Yeah,
up.
Clearing out the octopus, building up some connections with some peoples. Level 3.